Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're over 70 or if you have loved ones in that age group, you know that staying active is crucial for maintaining our health and independence as we age. But here's the thing, not all exercises are created equal. As we grow older, our bodies change, and certain exercises that once felt great can actually do more harm than good. That's why today, I'm going to share with you the 6 exercises you should avoid after 70, and more importantly, what safer alternatives you can do to stay fit, strong, and injury-free. But before we dive in, let me ask you this. How many times have you started an exercise routine only to end up hurting yourself, feeling sore or worse, getting injured? Trust me, you're not alone. We all want to stay active, but it's about working smarter, not harder. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's talk about how to keep our workouts safe and effective in our golden years. High-impact running. Let's start with something many of us have done for years, running. Running has been a go-to for cardiovascular health for decades, but as we age, the impact of running becomes a bigger concern. After 70, our bones lose density, and our cartilage starts to wear down. This makes us more vulnerable to joint pain, stress fractures, and even chronic conditions like osteoarthritis. The constant pounding on hard surfaces can be brutal on the knees, hips, and lower back. Even if you're someone who's been running all their life, I'd recommend thinking about switching things up. High-impact running can increase the risk of injuries, especially when you're running on hard pavements, and the repetitive motion over the years can add up. Over time, the stress on your joints from running could lead to more serious issues like inflammation, knee injuries, or back problems. If you notice any discomfort or tightness after a run, it may be an early sign to reassess your running routine and look for alternatives. If you're determined to keep running, consider running on softer surfaces like grass or a running track to minimize impact. So, what should you do instead? Walking is your new best friend. Walking is much easier on your joints, and you can still get an amazing cardio workout. You can start with just 20 minutes a day and increase it gradually as you get stronger. Walking also encourages better posture and balance, which is important as we age. Another great option is cycling. Whether it's a stationary bike or cycling outdoors, biking is a low-impact exercise that helps keep your legs strong and your heart healthy without the harsh impact that running delivers. Plus, it's a lot of fun, and you can enjoy the fresh air and explore new places. Not only does walking and cycling protect your joints, but they also improve your balance, increase endurance, and boost cardiovascular health, without the risk of injury from those hard landings with every stride. 2. Deep squats. Next up, let's talk about deep squats. Squats are fantastic for building strength in your lower body, especially your legs and glutes, but deep squats, where your knees go far past your toes, can be too much for older joints, particularly the knees and lower back. As we age, our ligaments and tendons lose some of their flexibility, and our joints aren't as resilient as they once were. The deep squat places a lot of stress on your knees, and if you have any existing knee problems, it can exacerbate the pain or lead to further injury. Squatting too deep also increases the strain on your lumbar spine and may cause discomfort or injury, especially if you have lower back problems, which is common as we get older. Additionally, the deeper the squat, the more likely your knees are to go beyond a safe angle. When you push your knees too far out in front of your toes, you're putting undue stress on the joints, which may eventually lead to osteoarthritis or cartilage damage. This can result in chronic knee pain that will limit your mobility and exercise options. But don't worry, that doesn't mean you have to skip squats altogether. Instead of going for deep squats, try half squats or chair squats. Half squats keep your knees at a safer angle and reduce the load on your joints while still engaging your glutes, thighs, and core muscles. Here's a simple chair squat. Sit in a sturdy chair, then stand up slowly, keeping your chest tall and knees in line with your toes. Then lower yourself back down, keeping your weight in your heels. This modified version still works your lower body, but without the intense pressure on your knees and back. If you want a more challenging option, try using resistance bands. They're a great way to add some resistance without putting strain on your joints, and they also help to improve your flexibility and mobility. Crunches and sit-ups. Now, let's talk about crunches and sit-ups, those classic exercises for the abdominal muscles. While they may seem harmless, they can actually do more harm than good, especially after 70. Traditional crunches and sit-ups involve a lot of bending and flexing of the spine, which can place unnecessary pressure on your lower back and neck. This is particularly risky if you already have existing back pain, which many older adults do. Doing these movements without proper form can lead to spinal compression, muscle strain, and other injuries that could sideline your fitness routine. A lot of people, especially those just starting out or who haven't done AB work in a while, tend to overexert themselves during crunches, straining their necks or lower backs. Even with proper form, there's still a risk of injuring the spine, especially if you're pushing beyond your comfort level. So what can we do instead? Modified crunches are a great alternative. To do this, lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands behind your head or cross them over your chest. Gently lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, keeping the movement controlled, and engage your core muscles. This targets your abs without putting too much strain on your neck or back. Another great option is the plank. Start by holding a plank position on your forearms and toes, keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Hold for as long as you can while keeping your core engaged. Planks are a fantastic exercise because they strengthen not only your core, but also your arms, shoulders, and legs, all while protecting your spine. If you're looking for something gentler, pelvic tilts or leg raises while lying down can still engage your core and strengthen your abs without the risk of back or neck strain. 4. Jumping or plyometric exercises. Next up, we need to talk about jumping exercises or any other form of plyometric training, like jump squats or box jumps. These exercises involve explosive, high-impact movements that can put a lot of strain on your joints, particularly your knees and ankles. As we age, our balance, coordination, and overall flexibility can decline, which makes jumping exercises riskier. The sudden impact can lead to falls, sprains, or worse, serious injuries like fractures or torn ligaments. Even if you've been doing plyometric exercises for years, the risk increases with age. Our bones become more fragile, and the stress from jumping can cause joint pain or inflammation in the hips, knees, or lower back. Also, the sudden nature of these movements can throw off your balance, especially if you're on an uneven surface, or if your reflexes aren't as quick as they once were. Even experienced athletes can face issues with plyometric training, which often leads to injuries like knee ligament strains or ankle sprains. These injuries can be long-lasting and significantly impact your quality of life, so it's essential to avoid high-impact jumping movements. Instead of heavy overhead presses, try low-impact cardio like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling. These exercises are much gentler on the joints, but still provide an excellent cardio workout that helps with endurance, heart health, and overall fitness. Another fantastic alternative is Tai Chi or yoga. Both of these practices are low impact and focus on slow, controlled movements that improve strength, flexibility, and balance, without the risk of jumping-related injuries. Plus, these exercises are great for managing stress and promoting mental clarity, which brings us to another benefit. They can help you maintain a strong mind as well as a strong body. Overhead presses with heavy weights. Let's talk about overhead presses with heavy weights. Lifting weights overhead, whether it's with dumbbells, kettlebells, or a barbell, can be very taxing on the shoulder joints, especially as we age. The shoulder joint is particularly vulnerable to injury, and when you're lifting heavy weights overhead, you're putting additional strain on the rotator cuff and other stabilizing muscles in the shoulder. The problem with lifting heavy overhead weights is that it can lead to muscle imbalances and even rotator cuff tears, which are very common in older adults. As we age, our shoulder muscles lose their elasticity and strength, and trying to lift heavy loads overhead increases the chances of overloading these muscles and ligaments, leading to injury. It's especially risky if you don't have the mobility or flexibility in your shoulders that you had in your younger years. Instead of heavy overhead presses, try seated dumbbell presses or lateral raises using lighter weights. This allows you to work the shoulder muscles without the strain of lifting above your head. Resistance bands are another great option for working the shoulders safely. These exercises target the same muscle groups without risking injury to the delicate shoulder joint. 6. running or cycling outdoors in extreme conditions. Finally, let's discuss exercising outdoors in extreme conditions. While fresh air and sunshine are great for your health, exercising outside in extreme weather, whether it's scorching hot temperatures, freezing cold, or icy conditions, can pose serious risks to your health. Dehydration, heat stroke, frostbite, and falls are all risks that come with extreme weather, and older adults are especially vulnerable. And there you have it, 6 exercises you should avoid after 70, along with safer alternatives to keep you moving, strong, and injury-free. Remember, as we age, it's not about pushing our bodies to the limit. It's about working with our bodies, respecting their limits, and keeping them healthy for years to come. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below which exercises you've had to adjust or eliminate from your routine. I'd love to hear how you've been staying active. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video on aging well and staying fit. Also, if you want more in-depth tips on healthy aging, exercise, and well-being, make sure to join our newsletter. Just click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.